On this episode of the main attraction, we're going to be driving the Golden Spike into my railroad. Plus, we'll be taking a tour of the Glenwood Canyon. Coming up. Hi, I'm Mike with the main attraction, where our focus is what is on our tracks, namely our trains. We're here to learn as much as we can about model railroading and have fun in the process. If you want to come along with me for the journey, consider subscribing. And then if you click the little bell icon right next to it, you'll get notified every time I put up a new video. Well, I'm really excited about this week's episode. I've been working for a long time on my benchwork, and we're just about done. In fact, today we're going to drive in the last Golden Spike. Now I know this isn't a spike, it's just a screw, but it is gold colored. We're not in Promontory Summit, Utah, where the official Golden Spike was put in to create the Transcontinental Railroad, but this is kind of a milestone for me. And so we're going to put in the last couple screws, and we're going to take a little tour of what my layout's going to look like. And so we're pretty excited. Let's get started. We're going to start the little tour back here in this corner. My layout is a linear layout. Just goes along the sides of the room. Back here will be the staging yard that will represent Denver or Otero Junction, which is a point a little bit east of Glenwood Canyon. Transition to the staging yard here, and then over here we're going to have a turnback curve, because since my layout is linear, I don't always want to be going in and out of the staging yard. Over here is where the canyon's going to begin. In real life, the canyon is about 12.5 miles long. It's on the western slope of the Rocky Mountains in Colorado. And it's a very beautiful canyon. I remember it from when I was a boy and we drove through it a few times. Always wanted to model it. Some have compared the Glenwood Canyon to second only to the Grand Canyon in terms of beauty. Down here we're going to have a big wide sweeping curve, which will be really hopefully a beautiful thing. Then along here will be a transition to the town. And over here is going to be the city of Glenwood, which will have a switching yard and some industrial switching, and it should be a lot of fun. And then potential off to the right back here, I could have some additional staging at some point in the future, which would represent Salt Lake City and points west. So that's a quick tour of the layout, and as you can see, the benchwork is pretty solid. It's all L girders. Lots of brackets to hold it steady so that my trains aren't going to be jostled around or bumped if somebody happens to bump the benchwork. And that continues all the way up to the other end. Here you can see that I have two of these corners that are 135 degrees, and at the other end I have two corners that turn the other direction 135 degrees. So between them they turn an actual 90 degrees. I had to come up with these brackets that help me to join them together. And my last bracket, this is the second to the last, it's already in and installed, and you can see the benchwork on both sides is very solid. Over here is where we're going to put in the final Golden Spike, and as you can see, this is a little bit loose, and if you were to hit the layout along here, it could possibly jar the train, so I want to avoid that and have it all bracketed together. I've bracketed these together by putting lots of bolts underneath through the L girder into the block, and we're going to finish that. So I'm going to get my camera stabilized, and then we'll be ready to drive the last spikes in. Okay, I'm down here next to the benchwork. Before I can put the screws in, I need to clamp this the way I need it. Just a couple clamps. One will make sure that the two sections are at the same height so that they line up together. And then the other one will just hold that block in close to the L girder so the screws are able to hold. Okay, I got that all clamped. I got my screw gun here. We're going to start with the middle part because that's the part I can get to the easiest. And I'm putting 6 total screws in. One more about the same place, but down a little. I can take that bracket off, or that clamp off. These two on the outside edge, they're going to be a little bit shorter. And I really don't need this anymore. I'm going to take that off. And then we're down to the golden spike, the very last one. Been waiting several months to get to this point. I'm so excited. And now we would insert all the cheering from the giant crowd. That's you. So let me know in the comments below how happy you are to see the golden spike going in. I'm Mike with the Main Attraction. We'll look forward to seeing you next time. Go ahead and click the subscribe button down below and give me your feedback in the comments. Thanks, and so long for now.